everybody, I'm Clever Sunday, the pop song professor, and welcome to my channel where we make English class awesome by talking about song lyrics. Today I'm going to be taking up the challenge of listening to Pray for the Wicked by Panic! At the Disco for 24 hours. If you've been watching the channel at all, you know that I'm not a huge fan of Pray for the Wicked, particularly because I just loved what old Panic! Was able to do so much. But it's turned into a little bit of a debate on the internet surrounding me. Some people haven't liked my opinions about Pray for the Wicked. And so I thought, you know, in the spirit of giving everybody a fair shot, I should obviously listen to the album for 24 hours straight, even while I'm sleeping. Cause, you know, that's how seriously I take this whole YouTube thing. And that's how seriously I take your opinions. By the end of this, I hope to not be insane from having to listen to music 24 hours straight. I honestly hope to like Pray for the Wicked better than I do now, though I'm a little bit worried that listening to it ad nauseum is not necessarily going to help with that. And yeah, it sounded like a fun, stupid thing to do. Quick shout out to Elise Ecklund, who's got a massive YouTube channel where she's done similar challenges, most notably recently with the Kids Bop albums. And it was actually really fun to watch. I've been watching a lot of her videos recently and she's really cool. So shout out to you, Elise, and thanks for the inspiration. Also, quick note, you're not actually gonna hear any of the music because Panic! At the Disco's record label definitely will copyright strike if I play this music out loud. So you're gonna have to imagine it. And with that being said, let the challenge begin. Okay, starting out with F a Silver Lining. Here goes nothing. I mean, nobody's ever gonna say anything bad about how jazzy the album sounds. Like, it's crazy catchy. And I'll be completely honest, I asked people whether I should do this with Cardi B, Lil Mix, Katy Perry, or Pray for the Wicked, and you guys overwhelmingly voted for Pray for the Wicked. And I was frankly relieved because despite, you know, having some issues with the lyrical content, it's really fun to listen to. It's been 80 seconds. I don't know if this was a good idea. I think I'm really gonna regret this. All right, we're gonna go see what April thinks about this. So April, what do you think about this challenge I'm doing?
I think it's a terrible idea.
Why is that?
Because you're gonna be super obnoxious to be with all day.
I'm dancing right now behind the camera.
I'm not concerned about the time you have your headphones on. I'm concerned about the time you take them off and just play it in the house. I'm also concerned about sleeping or like hanging out at all.
Yeah. April is a grumpy goose. I don't know what to say. Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna go back and keep listening. You know, I was just thinking to myself as I'm doing this challenge, there are going to be a lot of people watching this who know me in real life who are gonna think that I've lost my mind. I'm actually a real professor in real life. So I've got students, co-professors, people who are the boss of me. I've got family members. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to explain this. It's just a thing that professors do. Just hashtag professor things. I don't know. I can't concentrate with this music in my ear. There's some half-hearted dancing for you. Dancing's not a crime, people. I hate vlogging. This is terrible. I mean, it's not catchy. I don't want to like Pray for the Wicked. I really need to just keep listening and not overthink this. All right, we've made it through the album twice, and we're back on to It's Saturday Night. I actually got 2 Fortnite wins while listening, so it hasn't been too distracting. All right, it's time to go to sleep. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna make this work. I think I'm gonna put them over my ears and make it real quiet. I'll let you know how it goes. Well, good morning. I woke up at 1 a.m. and so then I went to a different room and took the headphones off and listened to it just out loud. Oh, I'm pale. So then I woke up at 3 and then 5, and then I just kind of hung out until time to get up at 6. There are definitely songs that I was looking forward to having come around in the mix because Dying in LA was a lot quieter, so it was easier to go to sleep during that. The Overpass is catchier than I remember it being, and One of the Drunks I dislike more and more. Not that I've been doing any serious critical listening while asleep. It's just in those minutes of waking up in the middle of the night and sitting there listening while I wait to go back to sleep, I have some vague thoughts. But we've made it 9 hours through this challenge, only 15 more to go. Hey Strudel, do you like listening to Pray for the Wicked? I don't know if is that a no? No, wait, is that a yes? Tail wagging? Maybe? You're so indecisive, buddy. Make up your gosh darn mind. I don't get you. All right, guys, we made it to 8 o'clock, which means we're almost halfway done. And Oh my gosh, I don't think that I'm ever more frustrated with this challenge, or the fact that I'm committed to doing it for another 13 hours, than when King of the Clouds and then One of the Drunks comes on. And I know some of you, that's your favorite song ever, apparently. But oh my gosh, when he does the boozy, boozy, boozy thing, it's insipid. One of the Drunks has to be one of my least favorite songs. Probably my least favorite song is King of the Clouds, because nobody asked to listen to what Brendon Urie says when he's high, when he's out of his mind. It's just nonsense. It's so frustrating, and I understand that there's an audience out there for it that just is such a big fan of him that they just appreciate the joke song, and that's fine, but I'm not it, and I'm not enjoying that. Oh, it makes me frustrated. I appreciate when we go back to the beginning of the album. Dying in LA is fine, but we go back to the beginning of the album, and that's where some of the more fun songs are, and I can enjoy those for the fact of what they are, which is, you know, fun attempts at the top 40 airplay and everything, and the lyrics aren't so bad. But man, I really don't like King of the Clouds. Well, we've made it halfway. That means we've officially listened to this album 21 times through. Only 21 more to go. The most difficult thing, like I'm actually getting legitimately annoyed here, is if I'm trying to do serious work, which I've got to get serious work done today, and I constantly have the music in my ear and I can't like turn it off when I'm trying to like edit video or something, like right here, then oh, it's just so much harder. Everything's harder. And that's not even a commentary on the music. Just please send help. It is 1:29. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. So I've been listening to Panic at the Disco for so long. So very long. 3, 12, 15, 16 and a half hours now. We have fewer than 8 hours to go. And I actually just finished a Skype call with my parents just to kind of check up with them and see how it's going. And I told them like, hey, I've got Panic at the Disco playing quietly in the background because it's for the channel, and they didn't really know what to do with that, but they were very supportive. Unlike these guys who don't even care about the challenge. They just want to go outside. Into the sunlight you go. Bye. I would definitely say that the hardest part so far has just been, I don't know, it's just too much. It's just like this sensory input all the time. I don't know, like I listen to it, and the way this goes is when you write a song, there are hooky elements and there are, you know, just kind of like filler in between the exciting parts, right? There's the parts that make you feel something, and then there's the parts where you're at until you wait to feel something. So basically, my life all day has just been every once in a while, you know, trying to like filter it out, tune it out as much as possible so that I can actually get some work done. And then little hooky thing happens and it's like, oh, that line, or oh, yes, it's F a silver lining again, or it's getting to the point where he sings One of the Drunks again, or it's like, oh, yes, we're listening to King of the Clouds again. Wonderful. What I will say is that I think Dying in LA, I probably underestimated that song. I don't know if it's like the most relatable song for those of us who aren't dying or in LA, but I don't know, he's got a great vocal performance on it, and it's an interesting song. Like it's one that makes you at least think, like, all right, what's really going on here? And it's about something bigger than just, you know, like one person. I'm also listening to Dying in LA right now, and it's finishing up, so you're about to catch me at the F a Silver Lining. We're going back to the beginning of the album again. I don't know how many times this has been. It's probably like 27 times, probably the 27th time. But if this music's good for anything, I mean, the first half of the album is good for dancing. It's the blank space between the last song and the first song, and it's starting. I love the little jazzy intro with the sample from the old thing. Let's go for it. Nope, I can't even get the rhythm. That's the thing I told April is, no matter how many times I listen to these, I'm not gonna have the lyrics memorized because I just have this innate inability to memorize lyrics. Why am I the way I am? Yeah, I actually know how to dance, so don't at me, bro. Watch this. Just imagine that the song is playing right now. Be nice to a silver lining, please, people. It is 6:30, 2.5 hours more to go, and I couldn't be happier that it's almost over. I still can't tell the difference between thoughts that I have and lyrics that are going on, and these same songs keep coming again and again and again. Part of the reason that I did this was to try to give a fairer shake to Pray for the Wicked, because a lot of people were complaining that Yeah, I was just bashing on it. And I would say, I don't know if it's Stockholm Syndrome or not, but there's some things that I'm liking more. I think generally I'm liking the things that I liked more, and I'm disliking the things that I disliked more as well. So I'm becoming more extreme. For instance, One of the Drunks is playing right now, and I really don't like that song. Musically, it's my least favorite on the entire album, and I don't like how he talks about being one of the drunks as a bad thing, and then he's all like, let's get an old fashioned in another song. I still don't like that. But Dancing's Not a Crime, apart from, you know, Panic at the Disco or anything, apart from the album, apart just the song on its own, I love. I absolutely love Dancing's Not a Crime. That is a very fun song. I used to dislike The Overpass, and I think that those feelings are a little bit less strong than they were at one point, and I feel more open to liking The Overpass, even though I'm not completely sure what the point is. King of the Clouds, still not a fan. Just, if you're a big fan of Brendon Urie, then you might want to know what he says when he's high. I'm not there yet. Roaring Twenties is a good song. It's personal, it tells his story, it's unique, it's interesting, only Brendon Urie could have written it, but the Roll Me Like a Blunt, I Wanna Go Home, having listened to that, I don't know how many, have I listened to that same line like 100 times by now? Definitely, I've definitely heard that line over 100 times, and I dislike it more every time. But I'll be honest, F a Silver Lining, Say Amen, Hey Look Ma, I Made It, High Hopes, I'm hating them less. And I feel like I'm able to enjoy them a little bit more, even if I do want this accursed challenge to be over. We're on to Overpass now. My headphones are falling off. Dying in LA, I don't know. I think I kind of actually like that one. It's got this cool, like, reflective vibe to it, and it actually has something to say. So that's where I'm at. Let's keep going. We're almost there. Lord, please. Guys, it is officially 9:17. It is time to take the headphones off. I went a few minutes extra because at one point my phone died and I didn't notice because I was trying to talk to other people, but I have indeed listened to Pray for the Wicked 42 times in the last 24 hours or so. And without further ado, let's end this challenge. Oh, I can have my head again. My brain is back to being mine. Oh my gosh. I thought that I would get more sick of Panic at the Disco than I did. Honestly, the really annoying part was just constantly having to have music flowing into my head and never getting a chance to just like think. And I think a lot of you are probably wondering how my opinions either changed or intensified about Pray for the Wicked. And I'll go back to what I probably said earlier, and that's that the good parts that I've liked, I like more, and the bad parts that I didn't like, I dislike more. There are just a couple of lines and a couple of lyrics in this album that just don't make sense to me. In general, I'm not a huge fan of the lyrical content, even though a few really well-written lyrics do stick out. But I'll be completely honest, I don't think that that's why people listen to Pray for the Wicked. I don't think anybody listens to Pray for the Wicked for the lyrics. And so, to an extent, it's unfair of me to criticize it for the lyrics, because that was never what was really trying to be accomplished. And Pray for the Wicked, the lyrics are more of an excuse for the music, for the style, for the panache, and that's okay. What a lot of old Panic at the Disco fans like me are gonna have to get over is the fact that that just seems to be the direction the band is going in. A top 40 big sound that really focuses on melody and rhythm, rather than on the really eclectic, unique, niche storytelling that we expected from earlier albums. So am I going to keep making fun of Panic at the Disco for some of those really dumb lines? Absolutely I will. Referring to one's career as Manifest Destiny is a bad idea. But have I also learned maybe how to accept Pray for the Wicked for what it's supposed to be and been able to enjoy it for that? Yeah, I would say so. After I take a couple of weeks break from touching any of these songs, I'm definitely gonna pull Dancing's Not a Crime back into my rotation, I guess. And there's a few other fun songs on here as well. But there is one thing that is the absolute most important thing to me, and that's that if you like Panic at the Disco and you like Pray for the Wicked, you should keep liking them no matter what I say. And if you dislike Pray for the Wicked, you should keep making fun of them in a respectful way. Making fun of something in a good-natured way is one of the key ways we have of actually making serious change in the music industry or the rest of the world. I haven't always been the best in general in life at making fun of things in a respectful way that leaves everybody, still feeling okay. Just ask my siblings. But as long as we can keep having conversations with people, considering people's points of view, maybe by listening to their favorite album for 24 hours straight, then I think that we can keep making music better. So if my listening to 24 hours of Pray for the Wicked inspires you to do nothing else, I hope you keep enjoying the music that you enjoy, no matter what anybody else says, and that you keep an open mind to other people's opinions, even if it takes you 24 hours of constant exposure. Oh gosh. All right, that's all I got. I gotta go to bed. Good night.